A woman had just moved into her new apartment when she noticed something terrifying. She realized there was a shadowy figure across the street, watching her. Suspecting it might be a peeping Tom, she walked over to the window to get a better look at the person's face. But just as she did, the lights in her apartment turned on. It was her boyfriend, home from work. The next day, while watching TV, the news reported on a grisly murder. The crime scene? The building across the street. The victim? A young woman, brutally killed by the perpetrator. The victim was about the same age as her. Remembering the creepy figure from last night, the woman became deeply unsettled. She told her boyfriend about the figure watching her, pointing toward the window across the way. But it was daylight now, and the curtains over there were shut tight. Her boyfriend dismissed her concerns, saying she was just overthinking things. He reassured her not to be too sensitive. The next day, while out shopping, she felt a faint sense that someone was following her. When she turned to look, a man suddenly rushed toward her, but he walked right past, just another stranger in a hurry. Shaken by the series of events, she decided to calm her nerves by going to the movies. Midway through the film, she noticed someone had sat directly behind her. The theater was nearly empty, so why would this person sit so close? Afraid to turn around, she only glanced down at his shoes. The man behind her seemed to inch closer and closer. The oppressive tension became too much, and she bolted out of the theater. She sought refuge in a crowded supermarket, finally feeling a semblance of safety amidst the bustling crowd. But as she carefully picked out groceries, she caught a glimpse of the same pair of shoes she'd seen at the theater. When she tried to get a better look at the man's face, he suddenly turned to her. Terrified, she avoided eye contact and began searching for the exit. To her horror, the man seemed to be searching for her as well. Panicked and disoriented, she accidentally knocked over a jar of pickles, the crash drawing the man's attention. In desperation, she slipped into the supermarket storage room, peering through the glass in the door to get a better look at him. Hey! Back home, the woman couldn't take the feeling of being watched anymore. She mustered her courage and pulled back the curtains, but there it was again, that shadowy figure in the window across the street, motionless, staring straight at her. Wanting to prove to herself that it wasn't just a mannequin, she raised her hand and waved. The figure didn't move. She began to relax, thinking it was all in her head, but just as she let her guard down, the figure suddenly raised its hand in response. That's when she realized, with bone-chilling clarity, that someone had been watching her all along.